Good morning and welcome back to WKNI TV 25. And boy, I'll tell you what, wasn't that neat?
That's neat.
Technology.
Was
That's
that Skype?
Skype.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
It's a
just
wonderful
talking
thing.
to Billy. Yeah, my son over in Afghanistan, boy, but I'll tell you, he's got 24 to wake up,
24 to wake up.
and he will be sitting right here, right where you're sitting, in fact.
Well,
Yeah.
God bless him. Maybe have a safe return.
Man, I'll tell you, I was telling him we were watching some movies last night.
Right.
Now we're watching them because he's on his way home and all
Right.
that, and his missions have cut way down now. He's done over 600 missions.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of missions.
Yes,
I
that
mean,
is.
that in a 9-month period.
9-month period.
Yeah, and we're just so proud that each and every one of them are coming home.
Right.
In this group, but those movies we were watching last night, boy, it sure puts up another. Like Teresa said earlier, I'm glad we didn't watch those when he first went over there, because Billy's an MRAP driver. Okay.
Okay.
Convoy. He's a lead convoy escort, and that's not a good place to be. That's like being a scout out in front. And but he's been doing it for 9 months, and we've been blessed.
That's it.
And we have an awesome God, and
Give him all the glory, cause he's.
Anyway, Thomas, I can call you Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Golly, 8 hours and 10 minutes ago.
That's it.
Well, congratulations,
Thank you.
Mr. Thomas Price from Andalusia right here. Your son's goes to Andalusia High School.
Right. My daughter goes to Andalusia Military.
Wow. Great kids, by the way. And
Thank
your
you.
son plays the tuba.
Right. In the band, Andalusia.
Yeah, great kid.
Sound tradition band.
Sound tradition. And he's a proud young man, too.
Yes, he is.
And he has every right to be. He's got a great man to look up to.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All the years of service that you've given in law enforcement,
Right.
Here, we want to thank you personally. I think the world of you. Anyway.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll try to do my best.
We appreciate you here at WKNI for all the service and things that you've done. You've certainly made a difference in this community, whether you want to admit it or not.
Well, I mean, not me, but the people that I work with. We have strived to treat everybody correctly and properly, but also do our job. And I think we've accomplished that.
Well, one of the things that I guess, how long ago was it that you came here? 6 years ago?
I came here in 2005, right after Katrina.
So it'd be 8 years ago.
Yes, going on 8 years.
Wow. Where was I at for 2 years? Anyway. But 8 years ago, in that time, I'm going to call you, I can't call you Mr.
You go ahead and call me that.
LT.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm used to calling you. LT, in all that time, in this community, when you came here, there was a big problem. I mean, we all know that. There was, a lot of youth-involved activities that had alcohol and things like that in it. And since you've been here and since your agency, took a stand on it, it's changed, hasn't it?
Well, it's changed, but I think what was needed was a local agency to go to, and all respect to Andalusia PD and the Sheriff's Office, because they were still working it, but they're strapped for manpower and different things. And when I came, I basically advised the people that work with me at the ABC Enforcement District that we was going to do our job, and it was to combat underage drinking, and that's what we tried to do. And we got calls in all the middle of the night from both departments, other departments, OP and other locations, when they come across minor parties and different things, and we acted appropriately and took charge of the situation and tried to, number one is make the kids safe. Make them safe, get them back home to their parents, and then of course a court situation comes through with some of it, and continue on through the court system, but making them safe, and that is the main priority, is to protect the children of this community.
Well, sometimes people look at it, well, hey, they're enforcing laws that never were enforced before, and they've always been enforced even before you came.
Right.
But the attention wasn't able to be focused as much because, APD's doing their regular thing every day, and the Sheriff's Department, my goodness, when you got 2 or 3 deputies on the road at night, it's really difficult to service the community as well.
And they both do a fantastic job. They have woke me up on many a nights, me and Sergeant Ballard and Sergeant Davis, who's a lieutenant now when he was here, and agents, and we've come out at midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, but they knew that if they called us, we would come and assist, and that was a relief to them that wouldn't tie them up for the rest of the night to keep them away from the other priorities throughout the county and the city.
Friday, we went down to Florella to have crab legs.
Crab legs, okay.
Oh man, they're great seafood too down there.
I love crab legs.
Oh man, what is that place? Country. Anyway, something like that. Anyway, it's the old restaurant that's been down there. They got Friday and Saturday country.
Okay.
Or seafood buffet, and all the crab legs you can eat.
Okay, so they brought that back.
Oh man, seriously, they brought it back.
Seriously, bro. Oh,
but good. On the way down there, well, if you get there before Sonny Bedsold, okay.
Funny.
They got his own little. It looks like a throne room, okay, where it's got Sonny in bright gold letters and lights all around it, and that's his chair. It looks like a throne, and they've got this conveyor belt that comes from the kitchen back to that table.
Okay. I think you're throwing him under the bus. Yeah, I think you did.
I'm going to jail, all right.
You go through Florella, you probably will.
Getting tased, too, probably along the way. But anyhow, but no, great food down there. And in fact, we're going to have, what's her name, Glenda? Don't nod. I'm blind. Okay. You're nod behind the screen over there. She's behind that computer monitor going like this, and I'm like, there you go. But anyway, she'll be on talking about some of the stuff. They've been open now for a couple of months over there, and it's great food. But on the way down there, lo and behold, red and blue lights all over the place. Right, well, and right there in no man's land is where I
spring
call
break.
It. And I'm going, man, I'm glad. See, I can tell you now. I can brag about it now. I didn't know until I went to Walmart. And I've had a Florida driver's license under dual residency for years, ever since I've been here. Mm-hmm. And they have 7-year licenses. Mm-hmm. Okay? Well, I thought it was due this year. But my license expired May of last year. Mm. Okay? I was a prize target for 10 months.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, they would have loved to got me with that one, baby. But I didn't know.
Right.
And how often do you look at your license? And when it's 7 years,
I have a funny story about that myself.
Oh, do you? Yeah. But anyhow, I went to Walmart to buy some sinus medicine. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you can tell I got sinus issues with the pollen. And anyhow, the girl says, "Sir, I can't sell this to you." I go, "Why?" She goes, "Your license is expired." Boy, and you talk about paranoia, all right? Then you try to go down here to this driver's license bureau. They're so undermanned over there, it's pathetic. But, it's like you can't get in. Then I heard 15 different stories of what happens to you when your license is expired, okay? And all these terrible nightmares. So I'm sitting there going like this. I'm going, man, they're going to pop Eddie. I just know they're going to pop Eddie. And this is going to make headline news for my driver's license, right? I'm going to be all over the local newspaper and the other radio station. Hey, they got Eddie with an expired driver's license. So, the paranoia. And then when a cop, you never notice a cop behind you until something's not right.
Until you're doing wrong.
That's right.
And then you notice them.
Well, I got busted on here not 2 weeks before that for an expired pistol permit by McDonald. I had pulled it out here. We're talking about, pistol permits and stuff and Second Amendment. And I said, yeah, I carry mine around with me. He sat there and he says,
this one's expired.
Calling all cars. Up. When you see Eddie drive through, he's got an expired pistol permit. And I'm like, what? No, I don't. And I
looked at it. You did.
It expired 4 days or something like that before.
Only good for 12 months.
I know. Not 12 months and 4 days.
No, they're not.
Yeah. So what was your story?
My story was I was showing a licensee how to, we had called them selling alcohol to a minor, and I was showing them the different designs about the licenses. And that most of the juveniles, when they get their license issued, it's straight up and down. And so that's the number one thing to catch. If it's straight, had you wanted straight up and down, then they're underage when it was issued. So basically, look at the date. But I was showing them the different monograms, the hologram, excuse me, that was on there. And I looked at it and said, you always check the date because you got to sell to a valid person. And I looked there and mine had expired, but expired a month. And I said, and that's what you look for. As soon as he left the office, I went down and got mine renewed.
It's a heck of a feeling when that bounces on your shoulder.
I have experienced that myself.
Well, I finally... Do I? Oh, your microphone went down to the floor. It's down there, sir. There you go. Yeah, here. Let's do this again. Testing, 1, 2, 3. You got it all right? Oh, okay. Let's try this again without... There we go.
I'll try not to move as much.
Well, no, never mind. I get in trouble. You got to go still. But it's a crazy feeling.
Yes,
now, okay.
You good? No, this expired.
What? Don't you dare.
Oh, this is your temporary. It expires in a few days to tell you when your new one gets there.
Yeah, yeah. So,
but see, but don't keep that one because that one expires and it turns.
Yeah, but I'll go get another one. You betcha I will. Everybody, I'm not going to say what day it expires, so there'll be a line of cops sitting out here.
Sitting on ready.
Where's he at?
Ticket book already out. Yeah. Or if they got that e-citation, they ready.
Oh man, they do. But it happens, and it wasn't. I mean, come on.
Right.
Okay, why would somebody not? Well, why would they not go get their license renewed?
Well, no, and that's why you have, and I think the law is no. I mean, somebody might correct me, but I think you have 60 days.
Well, I was well over my 60 days.
Well, on that case, then yes, but sometime within 2 months, you should have looked at them.
Well, what was nice is that I guess I'm not the only one that it's ever happened to. And when I went to Evergreen, okay, old Sergeant, he lives right there. Stinson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I ain't talking about you, sir, but he's my neighbor.
Right.
Okay. When I went on and talked about it, okay, that morning headed down to get the license, I sat there, and I swear I watched him park down there to wait. Yeah, I had to. I'm crying because it was bad. It was scary.
It was a bad situation.
But anyhow, I got my Alabama license now, and but I had 12 months. If you're a year over, then you have to go through the whole thing from scratch.
Driving test.
All I had to do was do the eye exam and pay him and sign for it. I surrendered my Florida license with my CDL on it because I didn't have a physical. Okay. So I'm going to go get my physical
and get that attachment back
on. Get that attachment back on it because and let me tell you, those ladies. I'm not saying anything wrong about the ladies down here in Andalusia at the driver's license bureau. They got more than they can handle, and the state should really, really step up to the plate for them. It's an injustice to them and an injustice to the citizens of the community.
They're saying it's a financial crisis going on now with the different things that's going on. I think the court system is closed on Wednesdays now as far as the circuit clerk's office, so the state's in dire straits.
Well, not according to our state representatives that have floated through here the past couple of weeks. We're looking really good right now.
Well, looking good in state employees should get a raise.
For a state office. That's what
state employees should get a raise.
But well, I want to talk about a couple of things. I don't know if you're willing to talk about them or able to now that you're retired, but I'd love to talk about this consolidation craziness.
Senate Bill 108.
Yes, sir.
I can put it to you just in small terms, I guess, as far as change to anybody is kind of scary. So as a law enforcement officer with the ABC board, it was scary knowing that you was going to go to a different agency or it's going to be combined and you wouldn't know how things were going to work. But as a citizen, a taxpayer, like for example, what was given to me, and then I go along with that analogy, is that say at the Advantage store up there, they have an alcohol license. So at Advantage store, if Benny's there and we'll go up there, the ABC board is doing an inspection on their alcohol, and then agriculture is doing an inspection on their gas pumps, and then somebody has a stolen gun or something within the parking lot, and the sheriff's department is up there and they call, or somebody called up there, and ABI comes, and then all of a sudden a guy is talking about he wanted to burn the store down, and you got the fire marshals there. You've got 5 different state agencies that are pulled up in that parking lot and they all got basically the same arrest power, the same badge. So that
But
is
that didn't happen at Vinny's.
No,
I
it
want
didn't.
everybody to know
no,
that.
it didn't. But I'm just using that as a situation. So on
Vince,
that side of it,
you're cool, man.
on that side of it, I see a way it was explained to me, and after you really look at it, after you get over the initial shock and the initial being mad about it,
happened, you were not happy.
I was not happy. Well, with the first one, with the first bill that came out of the Senate, that wasn't that. It was strictly basically some type of takeover, I think. But this one wasn't. So.
Well, we had Mike Jones on and Senator
Right.
Hawley, and they both explained it. You've attended a couple of town hall meetings.
Right, I have.
saw you at, and you've become very involved and active in finding out the facts of what's going on.
I try to, and like I said, I call a representative all the time, and Representative Jones, and me and him, like I say, he was at my retirement luncheon, and
I wish I was invited.
And he I have to thank Scotty for that. I'm sorry. He had.
Leave it to him. Leave it to Scotty.
I'm gonna throw him under the bus. But no.
Well, can you imagine if he
call
called me
all the
without a
time.
driver's license?
It'll be trouble.
Scotty would have literally thrown me under the bus.
But you know, it's with change, and I just go back to that. Change. People are scared of change.
Right. Well, you're right, and fortunately, the state is doing better.
Right.
And yeah, we're not hunky-dory where we've got billions of dollars to handle right now, but tightening the belt has helped.
Tightening the belt is helping, and I believe through that, I think the teachers are going to get a raise.
Yeah.
I think, and that's proposed over 3 years for 10%. So I think that's a good thing. I've got a lot of family members that are in the educational side, and so I appreciate that for them.
Well, look, we're going to come back. We've got to take a commercial break.
Okay.
If you don't mind hanging in for a little bit.
No problem.
Talk a little bit about law enforcement in general, because now you can talk about it. Not that we're going to go into any deep secret things, but it's changed over the years.
Yes, it has.
It's not what it was 30 years ago.
It's got more technical. Like I tell the kids when I talk to them, get your education, because it's not just because you're big and you can throw somebody in the backseat of a car. Now you actually got to work with computers and everything, and it takes
technology.
Technology.
Seeing my son in
Afghanistan. Situations like that. But yes, law enforcement is coming. It's a different type police officer today. The thing about it is that there's, and I know you're going to break, but basically in short, the expectations are high and the pay is low. Yeah. And when those two come together, I think things will be all right. But right now, that is what you're looking at. The expectations of the officer is very high, but then they're being paid at a very low wage.
Well, so that's another thing too. We're talking about the DOT or driver's license ladies over here. The same thing, same problem. Public servants never get what they deserve. And being in the fire department for a number of years, I found that to be the same. But we got actually paid more than law enforcement, and I think duties were just as dangerous on both sides.
Right, duties are dangerous. I mean, everybody has their particular job, but whatever you put in your life in jeopardy to save property or person, there's a different person that does that. And don't get me wrong, police officers are not doing it for the money, because they wouldn't be out there, because they love the people and they want to take care of them. That's the way I have looked over these last 25 years. It was my honor to serve.
Well, it's our honor to have you on today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we're going to be back with more with former lieutenant of the ABC board, Lieutenant Price, and Thomas, as we know him now. And how'd you change your first name?
My first name hasn't changed. My whole name is Thomas Lance Calvin Price.
See, you never told me that. It was Lieutenant Mr. Eddie. I remember that one.
But my whole name is
I'm
Thomas
Lieutenant
Lance
Price. I never saw Thomas. You never introduced me to Thomas.
We had the T on my shirt, T Price.
I figured that you lost the L.
No.
Figured the L fell off or something.
It did fall off.
Man.
It's in there.
Glad to have you on. You got you know what? You're sitting in that chair over there, and you know what that means?
What's that?
You got to do what Teresa does when we go to commercial break.
And what is that?
You got to say, keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep God in it. We'll be right back right after these messages. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you. We love you. Good morning and welcome back to WKNI TV 25. We have with us Thomas Price. Gosh, that just don't sound right. Former Lieutenant Thomas Price of the ABC board.
Right.
Thank you for coming on. Appreciate
you,
it. We've had some fun already.
Yeah.
This past 20, 30 minutes you've been on. And anyhow, all right. So, how much fishing are you going to get in? Now I can get my Alabama fishing license.
A little bit. I gotta go get one of those.
Let's go fishing after this. We won't tell anyone.
No, I'm pushing the game wardens out there looking for me. But no, I gotta go get my fishing license.
2 prime targets out there.
That's
you
it.
and me out there, buddy. Hey, can you cane pole fish without a license? In Florida, you can.
I don't know. I don't know those laws.
Well, see, you're just talking about consolidation.
I agree with you.
That's right. Now,
But if
see,
you notice in that law, though, the game and fish is not coming.
I agree with that. But, okay, you just brought up a valid point that I have. All right. Not every agency understands the laws. You wouldn't know how to investigate a fire.
Yes, I would. My prior
Well, that's
law enforcement.
You, okay.
Yeah, my prior law enforcement as a deputy sheriff up in Walker County, Alabama. Now you're gonna have agents that just have started with us that maybe just came through and went to the police academy with us. All they know is alcohol laws and the different drug laws. So yes, some cross training and some additional training is gonna have to be implemented before the 2015 deadline.
Wow. I'm just, what do they say? You wouldn't want a dentist to cut your hair?
True.
Or a barber to pull your teeth.
True.
But that's the way it used to be, though. Barbers used to pull the teeth.
But
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, back in the Western days,
They used to do.
the barbers would pull your teeth. They'd also be surgeons. Yeah, I know. Golly, here's a pair of scissors. Let's no, thank you. But they used to be dentists as well. That's why they had the barber pole.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just teasing.
Okay, I'll say I believe you. I guess I'm going.
But we talk about him every time you come on. We got to take a minute out for my buddy, okay? And we won't talk bad about Scotty Ballard, but tell us honestly, okay? Sincerity.
Sincerity, okay.
Okay. How is he to work with? He must be a big pain.
No, Scotty is a very capable officer.
Whoa. He's not watching, don't worry.
No, I'm telling you, this is from the heart. I believe Scotty is my brother. He is very capable. In fact, I had the hope that he would have got promoted after this situation, but it didn't work out that way.
How did that work that way?
Well, because he just the position was not open. It was somebody that already had the rank wanted to come to this area. But
I met him, by the way.
Right. But Scotty is
What's his
very
name?
capable. Tracy Van Hollen, Lieutenant Tracy Van Hollen.
And he has 20-some years of
Yeah,
MPD.
he retired from MPD and he's with us. With ABC board, excuse me.
With us now. With us. See, you can't get it out of your system. See, I can't get LT out of my system.
It's there. I mean, it's there. It's just like when I first left and went to the state from the sheriff's office. You still hold that bond. I mean, I still believe myself as down deep as under that blue uniform for the state was that first one I wore was that brown, and under that one is that green uniform I wore when I was in the United States Army. So you always form a brotherhood and a bond with the people that you work with, especially when you're in those close quarter situations where your life and is dependent on someone else.
Now we got away from Scotty.
Yeah, but getting back to Scotty, yeah, Scotty's a very good guy. I consider him my brother.
Well, all right. We'll let you get away with it since it's your 8 hours and 35 minutes into retirement.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was expecting him to be the LT over there. I was disappointed.
Well, he still have a shot.
Not saying Tracy's a bad guy.
No, but he'll still have a shot.
Okay. So, I'm not going to say it because I want Tracy to not be mad at me.
He won't. Tracy's a good guy. He's Governor County in this district will continue on to be a great enforcement district for this area.
Well, I met him for the first time at Ophelia's over there, and of course Scotty was over there feeding his face. Mm-hmm. You know how I find Scotty when he's in a restaurant?
How's that?
He's always like this, and I just look for that glow coming from the table.
Okay. He had a ticket book out.
I dare you, Scotty. Bring it on, baby. See? He won't do it. He's not watching. He don't watch me anyway.
He'll hear about it.
Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you, we know that's true, don't we? Because I picked on him one time. I think when you first came on, I picked on Scotty, and you didn't know him and I were. And boy, he called me up and said, "Hey, man, Scotty's not real happy over here about this." And I'm like, duh. You tell him to lighten up. And I had to go over there, and I literally had to slap him in the head a couple of times. Didn't I?
Yeah, y'all sit there and talk.
Yeah. Scotty, don't make me slap that thing red now. Then we can call him a red-headed stepchild. I get done with him. Pow. Like that. All right. Anyway, enough of the foolishness. Seriously.
Okay.
Okay. You put in 25 years into law enforcement.
Yes.
What is a man with 25 years of law enforcement? You must have your fishing holes all lined up.
I haven't gotten them yet. I get to get them licensed first, and then I will. But I'm gonna.
When's the last time you went fishing?
I can't remember. I took my.
Boy, he's good, isn't he, folks?
I can't remember. It's been a while.
Well, all right. So you're gonna go fishing.
Yeah.
And you've got the kids.
Right.
And great kids, as we said before. Every time I see him, that boy just impresses the fire out. He looks just like Dad. And Dad, boy, you can see the beam on Dad when he's seeing his son and the band marching and coming out. And I haven't met your daughter yet, I don't think.
Right.
So, but she's in the middle school.
She's in middle school. She'll be at the high school this coming
That's
fall.
Right. That's right. Yeah. And she could stay there another year in middle school if she wanted to, and they'll have the middle school and the high school.
Nah, she's coming this fall.
Okay. Because we had Teddy Watson on.
Watson?
Yeah, just a few weeks. Well, last week. And, he was talking about how the school was being built.
Right.
Changes going on for the middle school. All right. So I understand you might be working part time.
Yes, possibility of working part time. I still got to get that finalized, but probably around the 1st of July, part time there, and from a dad I don't know, but just taking it one day at a time. Enjoy these few months off and just see.
Lots of rumors are running, and we're not going to tag any of those, but your concern now, we talked off camera, is getting yourself settled down and getting your family taken care of.
That's it. Getting my family taken care of, getting some of those events that I missed while being gone all the time, getting that part of the life.
One thing you never followed up on?
What's that?
You kept promising me, Eddie, we're going to take you to a still bust.
Oh, we haven't found one in
Oh, come on now. We're in South Alabama. Oh, there's a still somewhere.
By the time I hear about them, or they call me, it's already up there in somebody else's situation, basically. I can't invite you to another band's party. There's something
right about this.
But,
we just ain't.
I will make that my mission, that if I do get a chance to come back, that I will get you to a still site.
I mean, come on now. I mean, I want to see, what do they call them? The duck, what's that? Ducks, Duck Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find all them Duck Dynasty guys out there with them big beards and sitting there with their banjos playing.
You've been watching too many movies.
And then they got these guys on TV that build stills.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Right.
All right. Now that Colorado and Washington has legalized marijuana, are we going to start seeing reality TV showing us how to grow marijuana?
Possibility. We already seen how to make moonshine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gee, let's grow.
Not even legal anywhere.
No,
yeah.
And they still showing it on TV. So
yeah, but how can it be legal where they're doing it? I mean,
It's not legal.
It's not legal, but I don't understand my position on it with the Virginia authorities or wherever they're at.
I'm certain it's all drama.
Yeah, it has to be for them to.
It's not real. It's drama posing as reality
Yeah,
television.
but,
because reality television sells.
Right, that's it. But in Alabama, I can honestly tell you without any doubt that possession of a steel or any parts of a steel is against the law.
Well, who was it? It was you and I that found something out here just recently, right? Oh yeah, and I talked to Lieutenant about it, Tracy,
Mhm.
the other day when I met him, and him and I were talking about having our own little, winery, beer making thing, in the shed. I mean, in Florida, you're allowed to do
I
that.
think that's up on the table tomorrow, House Bill 8.
Yes.
There's only 2 states where it's not legal.
But it's on House Bill 8 tomorrow. And,
Is it on the?
Yeah.
House Bill number 8. I think I saw it this morning on the news.
yeah.
Well, I wonder if it's going to pass. Because the way Mike Jones told us, the guy who's been sponsoring that bill has been coming up with a bunch of crazy numbers, like 500 gallons.
Yeah,
300
500,
gallons. 600
600 gallons. Nobody drinks 500 or 600 gallons of booze in a year.
And it hasn't passed for those reasons. That
Right.
I think what I heard was going to be 15 every 3 months. 15 gallons every 3
Oh,
months.
60, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
See, I like to
You're-
have a
you're
little.
the expert. What does that sound like to you?
If they're going to pass it, then yeah, the smaller amount is the better.
Let's put them on the spot over here.
Easier to police the small amount.
It's easy to police the smaller amount.
Well, I mean,
If they're going to start selling it without a license type situation, they're going to produce more than 15
Right.
Yeah.
gallons. So at that point, you'll have some reason or recourse to talk to them and explain the facts of life. But if you allow them to, say, get 500 gallons, then
Well, I
you don't have a
numbers
recourse.
Like that either.
no, it's just unrealistic.
500 gallons of that's still not a lot of money on moonshine.
Oh, moonshine.
On moonshine, that's a lot.
Yeah, moonshine on average, I've heard of here lately of people paying from $40 and $50 a gallon up to $150 a gallon.
Really, I ain't getting that much. Oh, I'm sorry.
I have to go see some land plots. Go to the registrar's office and
Oh, no,
see where your
no,
property line
no,
is.
no. I mean, the going price right now is 65. So.
55, okay. Yeah. Don't try to order that off the internet because it's about 150.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can buy it off the internet and they ship it UPS.
Oh no, they can deliver.
They deliver?
Yeah, that's what they say they would do.
Oh, for 150 bucks.
Yeah.
Where's
a gallon.
this at?
I don't know. I don't know.
Where do you find this online?
Look it up on the internet.
If you using Tor,
Uh-huh.
there's a website available through using only Tor. If you
Okay.
can't get to it through the regular website, it's called the Silk Road.
The Silk Road.
The
And you
Silk
can get
Road.
anything you want in the world there.
Mm.
Yeah, including marijuana.
Including marijuana. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you can get anything. This internet has just opened up all sorts of possibilities. All right, we know we're going to get to go on a still. Okay, gosh, that was 15 minutes
That's it.
of nothing. Anyhow, I've got a big question I'm going to ask you later on.
Okay.
Okay, big question. Don't go away, folks. But anyhow, 25 years in law enforcement, where'd you start out at?
I started at the Walker County Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
I got hired by the sheriff up there, Arthur Jack Trotter. He was historic for Walker County. And he hired me. I was straight out of the Army. He gave me my opportunity to get in law enforcement, and I owe that to him. And then I owe my ABC career to Mr. George Gant, Chief Gant, that lives up here.
Yeah,
He hired me as ABC agent. And,
he's still around.
he's still around.
Yeah.
But he
I'd
hired
love to
me,
get
and
him
he
going.
put his trust in me that I would make a good agent, and I hope that I've done fared as good as he thought I would be.
Well, I bet you he won't say nothing bad about you.
I hope not. I hope I have been.
I'm the only one
proven.
allowed to do
You're the
that.
only one allowed.
I'm the
Okay.
only one allowed. And Scotty does too. You should hear him talk about you now that you're gone.
He probably does.
Man, like a red-headed stepchild, buddy. I said, really? You said that about LT? What about all this love that you're showing him when he was around? Yeah, that's when he was my boss. Now he's gone.
That's it. When you're absent, I guess.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you. But anyhow, so what's it? We got to consolidation, but
Mhm.
then we were talking about different agencies. One of the questions I had for you, you've already answered it, I think, is why would there be separation in the agencies, back then if they are the same, doing the same job? I mean, why would a state have an ABC, this and that? Just like
My personal opinion, which I'm a civilian now, my personal opinion is that back in the day you had different appointments, political appointments. And so you can, if you can put somebody over this department, somebody over that department, then you can help out people that helped you. And so that's why, in my mind, that you had all those separate departments. You had these separate little chiefs.
Well, you also had aunts, uncles, and cousins, and boy, I'll tell you what, he looks spiffy keen, don't he?
Yeah.
That's my boy from Afghanistan just called, and he's sitting there. What kind of hat is that? A what? Looney cap. Booty cap.
Booty cap.
So everybody and Teresa can see I just put Billy up on the screen right there.
I knew he had one of those.
Yeah, I know. I want one of them. That's my handsome son. He is in Kunduz, Afghanistan. And he's 24 and a wake up. Isn't that cool?
That is wonderful.
Man, I remember the day he left here to go there. Boy, that's scary stuff.
Yeah.
And you were in the Army.
Yes, I was.
What'd you do?
I was air traffic control operations.
Really?
Yes.
Man, you could have made big money.
Took the test to go to Oklahoma City, and they told me it was a 50% washout rate, and then after that, 80% of the people that did that became alcoholics and drug abuse, and I said, nah.
You'd have your own still in your backyard.
I guess, but no, it's a hectic, stressful job, and it just at the time it was not for me to do it in the civilian world.
Now that you look back and you've got 25 years of law enforcement background and you're a civilian, like you say now, and you're entitled to your opinion, how do you see not that you weren't entitled to your opinion before, but you had to be careful.
Right.
What stands out more now with the politics involving law enforcement? I mean,
well, it's police officers throughout the state, by far, are underpaid, as we said before, and they got high expectations for them. The problem that the police officers have is they don't have, other than when a stressful situation or a situation comes where somebody is hurt, or that they come together. But we need one voice. We need a voice to come together as officers, because the politics is there to get better benefits, to get more pay, to get better equipment. You're going to have to voice your opinion politically by the vote, because the squeaky wheel is the one that gets greased. I mean, just that, using that phrase. And so if you got agencies around here, or you got not agencies, but you have people like the FOP, which I'm a member of, and the PBA, they need to more participation with both organizations, the FOP and the PBA, to unify. And I'm not talking about no union.
Well, see, I was fixing to jump on you right there. Are you advocating union?
No, I'm not advocating union, but I'm saying to give a voice, a peaceful process of getting your word out and getting your information out to better yourself. And that's what I believed in my whole career. I've been with the FOP ever since I've been in law enforcement, also the PBA, and they both work hand in hand. But without a voice, without talking to your legislators, without going out there and talking to your city councilman, without talking to your county commissioners, you cannot just sit back and say, well, they're doing what they want to do. If they don't know that you have a problem, if they don't know that you need something, then that's on you. Now, once you tell them and explain to them what you need or what problems you're running into, and if they have the opportunity to help you, and they don't help you then it's on them.
Well, we had Chief Wilbur Williams in
Right.
Here just a few days ago, and we were talking, I don't know if it was on camera or off camera. I think it was on camera. We were talking about the separation from the DTF, Drug Task Force, in the Andalusia Police Department, and we're talking, the consolidation and how it's represented. He has a valid point, I guess, that you would agree with, that and I'd say you would agree with because of the way you're lining things up with what you're saying, that it's, agencies serving other agencies that are doing the same job. His own department can take care of their own drug task force.
Right. He's self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient. Yeah. And that's something you've learned over the years. Like you said, it's better to do that than have all this other stuff going on. So
As a law enforcement officer, I'll go back to the same thing I said earlier. As a law enforcement officer, yes, I see that. But as a taxpayer, then you got to look at the combining at a certain point.
well, that's what he said. Is that
And so I mean, and it's a happy medium there, and not
it's
going
more
either
for
way
the
with
citizens.
it's over the
Yeah, I'm not
citizens.
asking. Yeah,
But
when it boils down to the people that are paying the bills,
right.
it is to their interest that happens,
Right.
because he was bringing up the statistics, okay,
Right.
that the city didn't have that many drug busts within the city limits, but the citizens of Andalusia were covering the entire county
Right.
with 2 officers or however many they were there,
Right.
and the city was paying their salary, the city was paying for their equipment, and
Right.
so on,
Yeah.
and so
Well,
but-
I mean, money is tight,
right.
and so you want to see something from the I won't say profits, but you want to see the usefulness of your dollars that you're putting in. So I can understand that. But on the other side, also the unity part of it be taken away. So you just got to figure out which one. It's like the old engines. When you have to go there and mess with the points and everything. It's just a certain way that you got. It's a fine
Speaking
tune.
of engines,
Yes.
okay, gambling, casinos. ABC was very much involved in all
Yes,
that.
they were.
Okay. How do you feel about Luther Strange, and now that you're a civilian, and going after the federal, or I shouldn't say federal, but the reservations now for having gambling?
My position is and will always be that if it is a state law against it, that I will enforce it.
But the state has no control over that, according to the federal government.
As I say again, if there's a state law against it, I will enforce it. If I have no jurisdiction, then I have no jurisdiction.
Come on, Carlton, you got something coming up. What?
He's right. I agree with him. He's got no jurisdiction. He's got no jurisdiction. But if there's a state law against it, enforce it.
Enforce it. Enforce it fairly
Equally.
and equally.
Equally. All right. Well, we're kind of wrapping up to the top of the hour
Okay.
here. And is there anything you want to say to the folks here in Covington County?
Other than it's been a good 8 years being assigned to this area. We've made it our home. We're gonna continue to be here.
That's my next question.
And and hopefully continue on in community service in some fashion. But like I said, I'm retired, but I'm not retiring.
You're still going to stay in
I'm
law
still
enforcement.
saying law enforcement.
Yeah.
And so, and that's just one
That's
of the things.
safe to say.
That's safe to say. And so with that, it's just that I love serving the people. I love being a police. I love wearing the badge. And it's not for a power struggle or anything like that. I love it because I know that with that, I have the opportunity to help somebody. I have the opportunity to possibly save a life or be able to touch somebody in a positive way. And so with that and my trust in God, that's who I'm going to
And
be.
you're a very godly person, and
Yes,
so
sir.
is your family.
That's it. We attend St. Peter Missionary Baptist Church, where this past September I was ordained a deacon.
Well,
Thank
congratulations.
you. And so I
It's
love
great working for God, isn't
That's
it?
it. It is. And so I have my church family, I have my law enforcement family, and I have my community family. But you put them all together, we're all God's children. So I have my Christian brotherhood and sisterhood family, and I love everybody.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, Lieutenant, and it's with great honor over the past 8 years. You are one of the few that has really kept an open door with me and returned every single phone call.
Well, I tried to do that because that's.
I can't say that about Chunky,
I tried to do that.
Chunky the sheriff, but yeah, I call him Chunky. You don't return my phone calls.
I try to be treated like I want to be treated.
If you were the sheriff, would you return my phone calls?
I return all your phone calls.
Okay. All right. If you were chief of police, you return my phone calls?
I always return your phone calls.
I know you do. If you were Scotty Ballard, would you return my phone calls?
Emphatically no.
LT, thanks a lot for coming on, and we love you, man. God bless you, and this door is wide open to you anytime. I'd love to put a camera on your shoulder and let you go out there and start covering news.
No, I thought I'm going to stay within my realm.
Well, good luck to you, sir. God bless you, and tell that wonderful family of yours we're proud of.
I will. Thank you. And I'm proud of you and your son there. Just proud for him, and just pray that he continues to have a good life over there, and these next 24 days go by with any struggles, or in heavens he make it home safely. And we appreciate what you're doing over there, because it's giving up your family and giving up your way of life. But with God, all things are possible.
That's right, and he has God with him right there with him. And we're so proud. I mean, it hurts. I mean, I don't know. At church yesterday, somebody made mention, you know, when we were in there, that how can a father, you know, they can't imagine what it's like to have a son in a war zone.
Right.
And I stood up and I said, well, let me tell you how it is.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
from personal knowledge.
That's right. And I said, it's tough.
Right.
I go, and there's many nights I've cried.
Mm-hmm.
There's many nights that I haven't slept. Mm-hmm. But there's one thing we have in common, and that is that God has it in control.
Within God's hand.
That's right. And that boy knows God, and we're proud of him. And nobody wants nothing to happen to nobody.
Right.
But at the same time, you've got to turn it over to God.
You turn it over to God.
And as long as it's in God's hands, it's going to be what he wants.
That's it.
And
let his will be done.
That's right. So with that, Lieutenant, we're going to say thank you again for coming on.
I appreciate you inviting me.
Billy, tell Lieutenant he retired now, man. He's gone. He ain't the ABC chief no more.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's a lifer. You know what those are. Anyway. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you.
Remember what you got to say?
Keep it real.
Keep God in it. We'll be back with more. Oh, no, we won't. We're gone. I'm going to go get breakfast at Vinny's. You want to come?
No, I got to go finish my last report.
Don't tell Scotty I talk bad about
I
him.
won't.
All right, Scotty, you ain't watching this. God bless you. Love you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, and see you same time, same place tomorrow morning right here on WKNI TV 25, where it's always a good morning.
Amen.